Simon, you've had a chance to reflect on Sunday's victory. Obviously a decent performance, but arguably the team have performed better on the losing side this season. So what's been your advice to the players in assessing the performance this week?
I think, it was, I don't think it was our most polished performance. I think, there was areas that we weren't terrific at, but, in terms of the result, it was really good because I think we've come off 2 difficult weeks, tight games where we haven't got through, and a lot of energy's gone into them 2 games, the game with Fed, the semi, and then the London game to back up. So in terms of backing up them 2 games and then putting in the performance we did, it's really pleasing because, like I say, we weren't polished, but we managed the game really well and did enough to win without, overdoing it. So I was really pleased with that because that shows that we're developing as a group and we've come through a difficult period energy-wise and got the result, which is good.
Yeah, obviously just a 20-man squad for this week due to players having to self-isolate. Brad O'Neill obviously being recalled by Wigan Warriors. How do you think the team can bounce back from losing him this weekend?
Oh, I mean, it's not ideal, but we've been through these circumstances since the very start of the season where it's not unique to us to have to deal with a very minimal squad and lack of bodies because, as I say, we've dealt with that since the first friendly. So, it's not ideal, but the situation, I think, across rugby league at the moment is dictated that, that the market's not open because Super League clubs are struggling. COVID, it looks like it's rearing its head a little bit in terms of sport. So you just got to deal with it. We've got some bodies that probably aren't going to be available even though they're in the squad this week, but everyone's the same. It's just what effect that has on your squad and positionally. And again, on the weekend, we had people out of position, but we've dealt with it before. So in terms of our group, we're experienced at dealing with, these circumstances. So we'll be all right. We're not overly panicking and we'll come through it.
Yeah, obviously one of them who might not be involved is Jake Spedden, obviously back in the squad this week with his bicep injury. Is there any update on his injury at all at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, it's unlikely he'll play. Same, there's a couple of others in the squad that it's very unlikely they'll be fit. We've got to name a squad. We've got to have it out before our last training day. Again, there's a few there that probably won't make it for the weekend, but again, we're the same. You look at every squad, Bradford are similar, it's just the way it is at the moment. And we're nearly at halfway of the season at the back of having not played for so long. So, we're doing it fairly tough again, but I'm not too phased on that. It is what it is. We'll get through it and we're good at that, so we'll be all right.
Yeah. Obviously, Farmer and Cook obviously in the squad as well. Will the team have more options in terms of forward positions this weekend, or will we be managing again like we did last week?
We'll have options. I'm not sure there'll be forward options, but that's us. We find ways to deal with it, and we will. We'll be ready come Sunday. Whether we've got some players that are playing out of position, it doesn't matter to us. We've been there before. We'll adapt and we'll put our best foot forward. If we have to play a couple of people out of position again, so be it. We're accustomed to that now. There's no. You look at some of our squad, they're fullback, centre, stroke, second row, middle. So that's just where it's at. And again, we'll deal with it because we're used to it.
Yeah. Adam Lawton obviously facing no further action after his sending off at the weekend. Have you had any word on the incident this week?
With Adam?
Yeah.
As far as I know, he's okay. I don't think it'll continue. I don't know because it's a week behind, but I've watched it back. I don't know if there's a lot in it. We'll wait and see on that. But again, that's to worry about next week, not this week.
Yeah. Looking ahead to the game itself, then difficult one against a strong Bradford side. What do you think your team can do to break them down?
We just got to be good at what we're good at. We know as a group now what we're good at and what we need to improve on and what goes into a game to get your result. We're in a pretty good position. But they're a good side. They've had a not so good result a couple of weeks ago, but they won 7 games before that, so they're not a bad team overnight. They're obviously got a few people out as well, but so have we. And Bradford Widnes is always a good game. It's going to be a tough place to go and play at Odsal, but it's also, as tough it is, it's a brilliant place to go and play rugby at because they'll have their fans there, we'll have ours there, and it's an iconic stadium. So we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a really good game. I'm sure John's going to have them up for it after their blip on the 2 weeks ago, but they'll be ready for us, and they've been prepping for us for 2 weeks. So again, it's got the makings of a really good game, and our lads can't wait for it. And same, it's a great place to go and play rugby at.
Yeah. Good luck for the game.
Thank you.